If someone had $1,000 to play with, how would they put that money into crypto?
Well, the first thing would be to
Have you ever been scammed before?
10 months working into the project, being the CTO, found out that the founder had pretty much completely rug pulled us.
How much money did you lose?
So I invested 95% of the influencers that you see, they don't make money trading. They make money with the affiliate commissions and the brokers. They're getting commissions on every single trade, but not just that, they're getting commissions on all the liquidations.
Explain liquidation.
So a liquidation is when you get wiped out.
So this is the first podcast I've ever done, basically.
Cool.
And you're the first guest, basically. So yeah, it's pretty new to me.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. So what's been happening with you?
Just full-time crypto, all in the trenches.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing too exciting. Just behind my laptop all day, every day. Just looking for new narratives, new things that are popping off and making money.
Have you ever been scammed before?
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
like multiple times. There's different scams as well. Like I've been scammed, obviously buying rug pulls and meme coins that ended up being nothing. But then I was working for a crypto startup back in 2021, 2022. And yeah, the 10 months working into the project, me and the CTO found out that the founder had pretty much just insider traded the token and completely rug pulled us. He extracted probably $200,000 from myself, the team, all my friends that invested in the project. So I was working it was a tech startup. We were just building like a software for verifying the production line of green energy. So you're essentially just like plugging in the data points along the production line for producing green hydrogen, and then that's all stored in the blockchain, so it's like a verifiable audit trail. So that was like the software we're aiming to build. And the founder, he was from a very wealthy family, very, very smart guy, just a quant, very big nerd. And so I just looked up to this guy and thought this guy was legit. So I just went all in. I was working on the thing for 10 months full time, 7 days a week. Never earned $1 back from it. I was working for equity in the company and obviously trying to pump the token price. And the entire time he was just dumping the tokens in all of his own wallets that he never disclosed. And so me and the whole team just pretty much worked for 10 months and lost everything. So that pretty much put me back to zero. So I stopped doing crypto, I stopped trading, I stopped investing. I had everything I had going was going good. And then as soon as I started working on this project, that was just the downhill, and I pretty much got taken back to zero. It was good fun.
How much money did you lose in that? How much money did you lose in that project?
So I invested 95,000 Australian into just the token, but it wasn't just that. It was also my time. It was 10 months working full time, never earning $1 from that, paying my bills. Had a nice car, had a nice apartment. I was splashing a lot of money from all the money I'd made in crypto, and so it was all of my time, that whatever that's worth, plus the 95,000 that I put into it. Good learning experience.
Yeah, that must have been so fucked.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
What were you doing sort of before crypto? Because I know when people get into the space of making money online, and it's it starts from somewhere, but people usually hop from e-commerce and they do some sort of soft service business, and then maybe they might go into content. Where did that start for you?
Yeah, interesting story. I've tried a few things. So through high school, since I was 16, not many people that know this, but I started a little clothing brand, and it didn't have a name. It was just myself. So I was just posting on my Instagram stories and just making cool shit, and then just posting it, and people wanted to buy it. So I was hand printing, screen printing it by hand myself in my parents' credit flat. And so my dream through high school from 16 to 18 was to launch a clothing brand. So that was probably 18, 19 that I was doing that. So I sold a bunch of hoodies, a bunch of shirts, and I made some all right money for it. It was a good fun, good learning experience, but I never really took it to the next level and actually had a brand name and actually pushed it forward. And then from there, the next thing I started was the arbitrage sports betting. You've probably seen all that. Not the AI betting, obviously. Okay. AI sports betting wasn't around back then, but I dabbled in a little bit of the arbitrage betting, where you you have multiple exchanges, and you're essentially So on some exchanges, you can bet for things to lose, and then other, obviously normal exchanges, you bet for something to win. So if you bet on something to lose and win with pretty similar odds, that they cancel each other out, so you make no money. But then where you make the money is if it hits a bonus. So if like there's a beer bonus where it says like your horse, if it comes second, third or fourth, you get your money back. So if you were to bet on a horse to lose and win, they cancel each other out. But then if it comes second, third or fourth, you get that money back and then you get $100. So like you can make a little bit of money on it, but it's only with the bonuses, and it's like only so scalable. It's like once you have gone through all the bonuses on all your accounts, then it's like that's done. So you can make like a few $1,000s over a month or 2 months, and it wasn't really anything special. And like they say that you can scale it, but I ended up just giving up because it didn't really seem as legit as they make it out to be. But yeah, I don't know about the AI sports betting nowadays. It's interesting.
So you bought did you get like into a course or mentorship for like sports betting?
Yeah, well, there we go. That's another scam that I took part in.
Oh yeah.
I not took part in, got scammed by. So it was this guy in over east in Sydney. His name's Evan. Shout out Evan for scamming me. So it's called Cash Kings. He runs this like Cash Kings thing, and like it's like a mentorship coaching thing. And so I had this sales guy that kept calling me and texting me like, trying to hook me onto this thing. I think I paid $2,000 or $3,000, $2,800 or something like that. And so I was asking him questions like, well, we're in Perth and the laws are different here. Like they have different bonuses. Like, can this system actually work for me? And so he's like, yeah, it's all good. And promised that it can work for WA. So I signed up, and then I'm going through all the stuff, and then I find out that the system doesn't work because WA doesn't have the same laws as over east, and so it has different bonuses and different stuff, and so it just doesn't work for me. So I paid $3,000, $2,500 for nothing, and then I was trying to get my money back, and they just blocked me. So that was funny. So yeah, I mean, from that experience, that was also like why I just figured, well, it must be a scam.
So after that, then you went into the clothing line, but then you didn't want to fully go deep in that. So then you started to go to the sports betting, and then you realized that shit doesn't work in Western Australia.
I think I just had shiny object syndrome.
Yeah, bouncing from one thing to another. I used to do that all the time. I think a lot of all my friends who went into entrepreneurship or business, they always go from e-commerce to fucking building landing pages to funnels to growth operating to AI agency. So it's like all these different things.
Exactly.
So after you were shiny hopping and jumping from different things, what happened after that?
Yeah, so I was doing the match betting arbitrage sports stuff, and then I met, during that same time, I met a friend, no longer a friend, but it was a guy that was doing stock market day trading. You probably know who I'm talking about. And so he was like a stock market investor. Like he'll take your money and he'd invest it for you. And so like he was, at the Wolf of Wall Street, like Wolf of Perth. Like everyone loved this guy. And so, I just became really close with him, and he was like my best friend. I was living with him for a year. So I moved in with his place, to his place with him and his brother. And from that, I was just all into stock market investing and trading and Forex and all that, because I just wanted to learn. I was learning from him, and I was just all in trying to do exactly what he was doing, So that was my entry into investing in stocks and Forex and trading. I didn't know crypto back then, so I still had never heard about crypto at that point, but I was all in on just trying to be the Wolf of Wall Street. That was my goal, my dreams. So yeah, it was the clothing. I went from the clothing to the arbitrage stuff. I was still doing the clothing at the same time, actually. And also from high school, I went to TAFE and learned graphic design. So I got a bit of background in graphic design and designing and stuff. That's why I sort of did the clothing brand, because I've just got a passion for designing and being creative. So it was just a bit of graphic design as well on the side. I had a few graphic design freelance jobs here and there, just from friends and family. So nothing crazy, but I was just dabbling in a bit of everything. And then, the stock market trading and all that just consumed me. So that was 2019. I was just all in for about 12 months, just learning penny trading, trading penny stocks, trading Forex, just trying to do everything. Didn't really get anywhere with it. I made a few $1,000s, but nothing crazy. And then COVID lockdowns happened. I was locked in. I was locked down, and I just came across a video about Bitcoin, and then the rest is history.
So when you found crypto, and like why did that made you like, why did you become so obsessed with it? Because you didn't just like find the video like, oh sweet, and then just like don't throw your money into it. There must be like a very strong reason. I don't know, like what is your your belief behind crypto? Because there's a reason why you have this 50x. You pour your money in crypto. You're helping people with crypto because you believe in it, right? So
yeah,
there must be something that made you feel like this is like massive.
Yeah. So when someone comes into crypto and they want to learn about crypto, the first thing I tell them to do is go watch the Hidden Secrets of Money YouTube series on, it's like a podcast, or not a podcast, it's a movie series on YouTube. And it's by Mike Maloney. He's like a famous gold and commodity investor. So he's very old now, but he's very well respected, and he's a big guy in finance and investing. And so he's got this YouTube series, and it's like the thing that woke me up to how finance and banking and how the monetary system works, because when you watch through that, you learn like why inflation happens, why the dollar's devaluing, like all these things. So very early on, I remember as soon as I learned, sort of started seeing videos about Bitcoin, I just had a friend that posted a story on Instagram about this YouTube series. So I watched that YouTube series, and that was like the turning point. I think like a lot of people have said the same thing. Like when I've told them to watch this series, it's like it really just wakes you up, because you're like, it's shocking. It's really shocking when you actually understand how the banking system works and the whole monetary system. It's like, it's the Federal Reserve, and the way money is printed it's insane. It's like, it's just to enrich the rich and keep the poor. And so that was kind of the turning point. It was like when I really understood how all this worked. And like initially a lot of that series is talking about like there's going to be a massive financial reset and a massive crash. And so I think like it's still a long way away, but there will be at some point where there will be a massive bubble and be a massive crash, and there'll be a big reset, because it's kind of like the 2008, but probably a lot worse than 2008. So that was kind of like at that time, I really was indulged in a lot of the fear mongering, like videos about this big crash that was coming.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Shit. So wait, pause before you continue. The 2008, is that like a crash for the financial?
Yeah. So 2008 was the great financial crisis.
Yep.
So that was like it was where there's like a bubble in the housing market in mostly the States, but it was to do with like banks giving out loans that were ridiculous, and then they were like selling that debt, and it was a bit confusing. But it was basically just like a Ponzi bubble where they were like giving loans to people that shouldn't even be getting those loans, and then like repackaging those loans and then selling them to other people, as other people buy that debt to get the interest. And it was just like a big Ponzi essentially. Yeah. And then that caused the 2008 financial crisis, which was the biggest financial crisis in history, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. You said that there was another crash coming. What do you mean by that?
Just the crash in the dollar, and mostly the dollar. And it could be always caused by something else, but there's been a lot of speculation for, a long time. Like all the guys that invest in gold, you invest into gold because when the dollar just keeps getting inflated away, it can only go so much. Like when is it going to stop? Like it doesn't. That's the thing, is like when inflation, it could just keep getting worse and worse and worse. Like look at Venezuela. Like today, your piece of bread, a loaf of bread could be worth $1, and or $3, let's say, and then 2 weeks later, that loaf of bread costs $90, and then 1 month later, it costs $500,000, and 2 months later, it costs $1 million. Like that is literally reality in countries like Venezuela. Like not right now, but at the peak of hyperinflation, it's gotten that bad, like literally. So imagine imagine saving up for your whole life. You got family life savings to go buy a car, but then next month that money can't even buy a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
That's how bad hyperinflation is in a lot of countries. So when you look at all that in other countries, and then you look at the West and America and all first world countries, and which is every country, like when you look at the way the monetary system works, it's no different to Venezuela. It's all the same, so eventually the dollar will go to zero. Like it won't go to zero. It just can infinitely keep declining forever.
Yeah.
So at one point, it's going to get to a point where the dollar will be so worthless and everyday people will be so broke that they can't afford anything. And then like, if no one can afford anything, there's not going to be able to buy houses, and the housing market might crash, or it will always affect something else in the economy. And then there'll be some kind of crash in something, like either banks or real estate, or there'll be some kind of crash.
So I guess, how would crypto play to this, if you would explain it for people that don't understand?
Yeah. So people look at Bitcoin.
Yep.
So people look at Bitcoin like they think it's going to be some global reserve currency. Like they think that it's going to be a thing that everyone uses for day-to-day payments. But I don't believe that will probably ever come to fruition. Is that they don't want to look at Bitcoin as like a currency. You want to look at Bitcoin as a store of value, like it's a digital gold. So the reason why you buy gold is because gold can't be inflated to zero.
It withholds its value.
Exactly, because like a gold bar, because it's finite and it's hard to get and it's limited in supply. There's only so much gold that can be mined.
There's real scarcity on it.
Exactly. So the scarcity on gold is why gold has value. Well, Bitcoin is more scarce than gold. So it's a digital format. So like, whereas you can't take a $50,000 gold bar in your pocket across the, catch a plane. But with Bitcoin, you could have $1 billion in your pocket on a USB and fly anywhere. So it's like, there's obviously clear benefits of Bitcoin over gold, just because of the portability and just how that is digital, so it's just more accessible, So Bitcoin is the goal of Bitcoin was to build something, like originally it was built to be this like global reserve currency, but at the end of the day it's just too slow and too expensive for everyday payments. But it's something that you can store your wealth in over time, because as the dollar goes to zero, Bitcoin will hold its value but go up. So it's not like when you think about Bitcoin and people say Bitcoin might go to $1 million per Bitcoin, you don't want to think about like Bitcoin going to $1 million. It's not that Bitcoin will be worth $1 million. It's that the dollar will be so worthless that that will make Bitcoin worth $1 million. So eventually, like Bitcoin will 100% be worth $1 million, but not necessarily because it's worth that much. It's more that the dollar will be worth so less. So yeah.
So you're saying that people think that Bitcoin is going up, but actually the real truth is that the dollar is going down.
Well, I mean, obviously, because it's still early and it's a new thing, then obviously people are speculating and that's going to go up. So obviously, like right now, but I'm talking about in 10 years, 20 years, like once it's matured and become a full global commodity, like a global asset that, just like gold, it's going to get to a point where, like, because with gold, obviously gold does have speculation behind it, but over a long period of time, in decades, like, it's not really that gold has, it's not like that gold actually just has crazy performance. It's more that, like, obviously it sort of happens all at once. Like, so it'll kind of just do nothing for 5-10 years and then it will kind of have a run. But if you like span it out over a long period of time, it almost just keeps pace with inflation. So the amount that the dollar goes down, that's how much gold goes up. So
it just like linearly like maintains its value compared to the offset.
Like obviously it does go like this, but if you just look at it and zoom out like by 50 years, it almost does just keep up with inflation. Or actually, it obviously does a little bit more, I think. I don't know the maths on it. I haven't actually looked at it technically, but yeah, you get the idea. So
basically crypto is almost like digital gold.
Well, Bitcoin is, so not all crypto.
Okay.
So Bitcoin is digital gold, and then the rest of them have different functionalities. So like Ethereum is more like software, and that's like you think of Ethereum as an internet network, and you have applications and software running on that network, but no one can control it and it's decentralized. So that's like the idea of Ethereum.
I see. So after you you started learning about this thing, you realized the value of crypto. What happened after that?
Yeah, so I was all in on Bitcoin. Like I saw a few videos of Bitcoin, I bought Bitcoin, and then very shortly after I started watching more videos and go down the rabbit hole and then find more influencers talking about all these altcoins. And so that fascinated me because like, all these different coins I can make money on. And so I see all these coins and I'm seeing like all these influencers and YouTubers talking about this coin that did 1,000x or, 100x, like all these crazy gains, and people becoming millionaires overnight. Well, not overnight, but very fast. And so that fascinated me because obviously I had the background in the stock market and Forex and trying to day trade and penny stocks and investing. And so from that experience, like that helped with crypto a lot. And so I just went all in and just started piling my money into some altcoins. And funnily enough, the first few coins went up a lot. It was beginner's luck for sure. So in the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I was up like $50,000 in profit. And I'm like, wow, like I'm going to be a millionaire. I thought this was it. I thought like that I could just see, I can envision myself like I just hold these coins for another year or another few months and I'm just going to be a millionaire, you know? And then obviously they all went back to zero, never took any profit. So from that just lit a fire in me because I was like, if I know what I'm going to do, if I know what I'm doing, then I can actually make money from this. You know, I've made $50,000 my first few weeks, not knowing what any of this even is. Like I was a complete rookie and had no idea what I was doing, just following YouTubers. So that was my foot in the door. And then the rest was history. It was just, I started making money and then I was just all in. I just, from that point forward, like crypto was just, consumed me. Like I was waking up and every spare hour, every minute of the day, I'm learning crypto. I'm looking at crypto. I'm like, I deleted Netflix and I start watching crypto YouTube, and I'm in the car on the way to the gym or on the way to the work. Instead of listening to music, I'm always like listening to crypto YouTube. You know?
I remember I was talking to like last year, and I was asking you what's your story, right? And then you were telling me that there's one point where you literally said word for word, like, yo, I deleted the Netflix, I deleted this, like I immersed myself in crypto. Yeah.
I think literally every minute of every day I'm just glued to it, and then that's the way you make money, because it's not that you're constantly trading and looking at charts and looking at patterns and technical indicators. I don't do any of that. For me, it's just being chronically online and always looking at what's the new trend and new narratives, and then I'm looking for little coins, like new coins that are still small in those narratives or in those trends that haven't caught attention yet, and then every now and then I'll catch a coin that looks like it's got crazy potential because it's got a crazy team, they're building some crazy product, they've got good marketing, or they've got it just looks exciting. Like at the end of the day, when you're trading and investing in crypto, it's not necessarily like that you're investing into technology or fundamentals. You're kind of just trading attention and hype and stories, because like obviously a crypto can go up because it's got good tech, but it's not that the technology makes the price go up. It's people buying. It's you and me. It's your friends going and putting their money into that coin, right? And so the thing that convinces you or someone to put their money into a crypto isn't the tech, it's not the fundamentals, it's the stories. It's the stories of the fundamentals or the stories of the technology. It's the stories of the project itself, like the narrative. So when someone tells you about a coin, they just give you numbers and stuff, like, yeah, whatever. But then someone tells you about a coin and they tell you how it's going to be the future of this and it's going to do this and it's like got this guy behind it and he's, this super crazy guy. Like when you hear all these stories, that's what convinces you to buy it, right? So when you're investing into crypto, you're not just looking at technology. You want to look at like how strong is this story and how early are we to the story? Because if no one even knows about this thing yet, but it sounds really convincing, it sounds crazy, then do you think people will buy in after you? And if yes, then that's something worth investing in. So that's kind of like the principle of my whole investment strategy, is almost just looking for, I'm just always on the lookout for new trends and narratives. I'm looking for certain projects in those trends and narratives, or just something that hasn't even, like a new trend that could emerge. And I'm just trying to get in early to that thing and then write it up. So for me, it's just always being online, always learning. And, when I'm watching YouTube all the time and listening to podcasts, and I'm constantly just scrolling on Twitter, like when I'm always consuming crypto, I'm always learning things. And then whenever something new happens, like there's a new opportunity, because I'm always there, I'm in the right place at the right time because I'm always online. Whereas if you're not, if you're listening to music in the car, if you're always watching Netflix every night, it's like all that, even if it's like 1 to 2 hours per day, could have been replaced. If you had to replace that 1 to 2 hours a day that you spent on Netflix and whatever, in that time, you've obviously over a week span or a month span, you're going to just find out all sorts of different information, and you'll be much more, you just be more up to date with what's going on. And if you're up to date with what's going on, then obviously you can get in the right opportunities at the right time.
So it's just literally research.
Just all research.
Most of your time is just spent seeing and trying to find the right narratives for the right coin.
Yeah, it's just all research. It's just like there's no special strategies. There's no like chart patterns and all the gurus that give you all these special indicators. Like I don't do any of that. So there's no strategy behind what I do. Obviously there is strategy in terms of like when you buy and sell and being responsible with how much money you put into one coin and like your risk management. But in terms of like the actual trading, it's not like I'm looking at charts and patterns. It's just purely research and just having good intuition.
Do people teach like the charts and tactic shit? Is that like,
of course,
is that like a popular thing?
That's the whole industry. Like
really?
Every guru that you've probably, surely you've seen the crypto gurus on Instagram and TikTok.
I dabbled in a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, like with my experience over the years and all the networking and all the events that I go to, like I've met dozens or hundreds of influencers and traders and people that are building and people that are developing things. Like I've met everyone, like every type of person in the industry, I've met them all, right? Even people that work at the exchanges. And so I've just found out a lot about how the industry really works. And it's really interesting because like I met this guy in Dubai at the Token 24/9 event, and he was working at one of the top crypto exchanges. And he was telling me very transparently how 90% of the influencers, even 95% of the influencers that you see, all the trading and they don't make money trading. They make money with the affiliate commissions and the brokers, and like that's how they make their money, because they'll have their free Telegram groups, or they've got their groups or whatever, or they got even YouTube videos, just whatever they have. They're putting out content and they're like trying to teach you how to trade, and they're trying to get you hooked to trading and make you believe that it's possible to be like them and make all this money, right? So then they go and click the link in their bio and they sign up to the trading exchange and they start trading and putting their money on that exchange. And the thing is, when they sign up to that exchange, obviously the referral, like the trader, the influencer that got them into it, they're getting commissions on every single trade, on all the fees. But not just that, they're getting commissions on all the liquidations. Do you know what liquidations are?
Explain liquidation. I don't know.
So a liquidation is when you get wiped out.
That's the simple explanation. You get wiped out.
Yeah. So if you're trading,
okay,
so you put money on an exchange and you start trading, you follow all these chart patterns and you're buying here, doing here, and you're looking at all these indicators, right? And you're doing all the stuff that the gurus teach you. When you have a stop loss, for example, or you don't have a stop loss and it hits your margin account, which is like when you use leverage, you basically have capital there, which is like the collateral. So you're putting a trade here and you're getting 10x leverage, and then you have a margin where it's just a collateral for like, basically you put this position here, and if it goes below this position and you are losing, like you're borrowing money, right?
Yep.
You can't lose their money that you're borrowing. So when you hit this point, that's basically you have collateral, and this is the most amount you can lose. Okay. So if you lose this much, then they take all your collateral, and you get wiped out. That's a liquidation. Okay. Well, liquidation is also just like stop losses. So you put an entry here. If it hits that stop loss here, then it automatically sells and you're at a loss.
So it's like an auto sell, like safety buffer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when, like with crypto, especially in just all markets, like when you see like massive volatile swings, that isn't just people buying and selling. It can also just be liquidations and stop losses and things like that. Because if the price comes down here to someone's stop loss, then that triggers a forced sell, and so then that obviously pushes the price even more, and then it might hit someone else's stop loss, and it's just a cascading effect.
So there's hundreds of people's stop losses just like.
That's exactly why crypto is a bit off topic, but that's exactly why crypto is so volatile, is because of all the liquidations and the manipulation. Because with all the exchanges, when they know that everyone has all these stop losses, obviously they have the data in the back end, they know where everyone's stop losses are. So with the exchanges, they can manipulate, like with their whales and with the whatever tactics they take, they can manipulate the prices so the price comes down to certain levels. And when it comes to that certain level, it pushes it even further and it just wipes everyone out and liquidates everyone. And so as those people get liquidated, as everyone loses their money, like from their stop losses or even losing all their collateral, there can be billions of dollars in total liquidations overnight. Like that happens. There's quite a few, maybe like 5 to 10 times a year. There'll be some day where there was like maybe a big news event, or there'll be something, and then there's a lot of manipulation that happens with that event, and it ended up, yeah, just wiping everyone out. It'd be a massive like liquidation where like there's billions of dollars that just get liquidated within minutes or within hours.
So what you're saying is like these whales like sell and then it drops, right?
Yeah.
So then once it drops, everyone starts automatically. Here's a safety buffer. Everyone also auto sells as well.
Yeah, well, it's
And
not
do
like it's like forced selling.
Yeah, forced selling.
Yeah.
And then do they like buy back everything?
Well, no, because
Okay.
that's your loss.
Yeah.
So like you buy Bitcoin at this price because you think it's going to go here, but you like obviously want to have risk management because you don't want to just like put your money here and it go to zero. So if it goes down 5%, I'll put a stop loss, and that way like I'm trading to try and make a 20% gain, and I'm risking losing 5%. So if it hits that thing, you lose 5%. And obviously on a mass scale, when you've got millions of people around the world doing the same thing, when it hits a certain level, that causes a cascading effect because it's a forced sell, and every forced sell pushes the price even lower.
I see.
So back to the main point is every single person that gets liquidated, who makes the profit? The exchange, the broker. And so then the guys that sign up, they use the referral commissions and get people to sign up to the exchange. They're getting commissions from that.
Okay.
So all these day traders, they actually have a financial incentive for you to get liquidated because they make money from you losing money. So like they teach all these strategies on how to make money and, you know, to follow all these strategies to become profitable and live your dream life, and, you know, they sell the lifestyle. They're pretty much just trying to convince you to go all in and put all your money in and trade and just stick at it. And the longer you stick at it and the more money you lose, the more money they make.
Okay.
So that's like the dirtiest part of the entire industry that no one talks about this. Like I'm probably the only guy on the internet that talks about this.
So what you're saying is that they're like, this is how to trade crypto. Click the link in my bio. They join, they start doing it, and then the information they're teaching is like basically made for them to lose.
Exactly. Well, it's like obviously not made for them. Like they obviously need to keep their wins up.
Yeah,
like, they need to try keep their wins up.
But try and teach something that works.
Yeah. Of course they're going to like pretend, or they actually are trying, but and maybe they are actually trying, but they know that even if they do try and make everyone profitable, they know like 95% of people are just not going to make it anyway, because it's just like it's extremely hard to trade. It's so rare. Like over the years of me living in Thailand and Bali and Dubai and just traveling around, like I've met so many people in all different in different areas in crypto, and it's very, very rare that I've never actually met a day trader that makes all their money trading. And all the guys I know that have been in crypto for like 10 years and much longer than me, even they say the same thing, that they've never met someone that has made millions in crypto or millions in Forex or trading and doing all these strategies that doesn't sell a course, or that doesn't have affiliate commissions, that isn't an influencer. Like they're always a trader, and they're making a lot of money in some other area as well. And so they claim they're making all this money from trading, but in reality, it's pretty obvious that they're making money from the side hustle, not the main thing. So that's crypto in a nutshell. And it's not just crypto. It's obviously like the Forex and the day trading. It's the whole entire trading industry. That's, whatever it does. And the biggest red flag is free Telegram groups and free groups, because they're not free.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're making money for it, because like why would they launch a free Telegram group and waste their time if they're not making money from it? And the thing is like they make more money scamming you essentially with these free groups than they do if they were to charge a subscription. So that's the thing about free groups is like 99, probably 100% of them, they're all scams in some way. And like obviously they will still have good wins sometimes, and they obviously need to have wins to keep you in there. But if you look at the tally it all up, obviously most of them are going to be losses, and otherwise they would be charging for it. They wouldn't do it free, So the reason why they're free is because they have all their affiliate links to their brokers, and then they make all their money that way.
Money.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these guys, I'm talking big money, like 6 figures, even 7 figures a month. Like some of these guys make ridiculous money, and these guys might sell a course and stuff. And they might, like I actually know one guy where he actually works with a few of these guys. Like he just helps like their back ends and works with these dudes. And he was telling me that he makes like maybe $100,000 a month on his course. He makes $300,000 on his broker. So like you think that all these gurus, sell a course and that's how they make their money. But in reality, like obviously there's some guys that do make a lot of money from selling their courses, and they probably don't do the broker stuff. But most of them, they make more money on their brokers. So
I know a lot of people as well in the AI space. I'm not sure if this is true, but I saw they sell like some sort of AI school community or course or program, and then they have their affiliates connected to all the software used from the AI, which is crazy.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like that's a much better business model because you're teaching how to use software that can actually make money. You know, like AI is obviously, you can't doubt that AI is the future and it's going to replace everything. So if you're teaching people to build AI software and integrate AI into people's businesses and things like that, obviously it's a good business model. People are going to actually make money from that. So it's not as scammy as crypto or trading.
So after you started like really starting to make some big money in crypto, then I know like of course you open up that 50x group. So what's the difference between like 50x compared to all the other crypto groups? Because there's a reason why you open it up for a reason, right?
Yeah. So first of all, I made it because I had joined other private groups and I had my free Telegram group back then. So back in 2020, 2021, when I was making all this money, obviously all my friends wanted to pile in and make money with me. So I didn't have the time to be DMing everyone and telling everyone what to do. So I just made a free Telegram group and I just put YouTube videos that I found that were helpful, and just anything that was helpful, I'd chuck it in there. And then whenever I'm buying new coins, I'm putting it in there as well. And so I ran it completely for free. Didn't have any affiliate links, nothing like that. It was just a free Telegram group. And obviously it was to try to build my personal brand and also build following and just show that I know what I'm doing, and then eventually monetize that in the future. And that got held off because of that crypto company I was working with. So I never ended up launching it back then because of being all in on this crypto company. And then, so from that, I had like amazing results and I had a lot of friends that made a lot of money from that free Telegram group. And that helped me start the new one because of, everyone knew I had results from last cycle. So when I was running that free Telegram group, I remember joining a few other private groups and just seeing like how shit they were. I see other guys with like 1,000 members, 2,000 members, 3,000 members charging $100 a month, $50 a month. They're making 100, like 300K US per month on these groups. And I'm just like looking at the coins that they're calling and the market updates and just their analysis and like just the shit they're saying. I'm like, it blew my mind how these guys clearly didn't really know what they're talking about and were just calling the shittiest coins, and like they were clearly not making money. Like you could just tell, like they were just horrible. And this was me, like that was only 1 or 2 years in crypto. So I only just came in for 1 or 2 years, but even I could pick out that these guys were terrible, right? And if I was to look back now, like now everything I know over the 5 years of experience, I look back and cringe even harder of how shit like some of the stuff that they were doing. So that was like the first thing. I was like, well, there's other guys out there calling absolute trash, and like you can tell they're just riding the crypto hype. They don't really know crypto that well, and they have side businesses and they're doing other stuff. And they're making like multi-six figures a month running these private groups. And I'm like, well, I have a free Telegram group and giving better advice than these guys, so I may as well just monetize it. So that was like my first initial thought. But then also over time, I just learned that networking is the most important thing in crypto. Like I've made probably, I'd say 100% of my money is just from networking. Like all the best investments that I've made have usually came from information that my friend found.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Wow.
Like, so my full-time job is just chatting with the boys in the Discord all day, or just chatting with my mates on WhatsApp. Like I've got my group chats on Telegram, on WhatsApp, on Discord, and all I do every day is just chat to people and just, we just share information. And when I find something good, I share it with my friends. They share information with me back. And, because we're all full-time crypto, we've got our own networks, we've got our own connections. Like maybe my friend might know someone that works here, or my friend knows someone that works here. And they might find out something really early before everyone masses catch it on. And then, we go and make money because we just got the right information at the right time. So from that, just making friends and networking, I realized obviously running my own community is not just good for like my members and people that can benefit. Like obviously someone can join, they can benefit from having access to my network essentially, because they can join the group and they're getting access to all the information that I'm getting from my network. So someone can join my group to access all the information that I'm getting from all my sources, but then also my business partner, Flynn, and also everyone else inside the community. And so And like, the long-term vision is like the bigger it grows, the more valuable it gets, because there's going to be some guys that come in that are killing it. And I already have quite a few guys in the group that are killing it. And, they find even some better calls than me sometimes. Like there's some
50x, 100x, I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some guys that
Crazy.
have called like a few 100x coins in the play. That they're obviously really degenerate, really like really high risk stuff.
Yeah.
But there has been some really good calls made by a lot of the guys in the group. And so, like me, myself, and my team, and just everyone in the group, like we're making money from each other from coins they find and stuff like that. So I didn't start it just like obviously I can monetize it and make a bit of money from helping other people get in crypto and not get scammed and avoid all the scammers and actually like stay clear, 'cause we don't really participate in the Solana pump fund trenches. Like we're not gambling on all the meme coins that pop up every day where they're just pump and dumps. Like we do touch meme coins sometimes, but they're only like meme coins with like a real narrative and a real something really behind it that you can buy and hold, not just have to be scared if it's going to dump on you overnight.
There's like a strong narrative around it.
Yeah, so we don't participate in all the Solana trenches, and so like I started the group because I want to help other people get in crypto and help them avoid all the scams. And the thing about crypto is just being patient and not just gambling your money on random coins that you see. Like you're just being patient and actually waiting for something that has a clear story, a clear narrative, something behind it, And every now and then we hit a massive win and we all make money. And so, as the group grows, I'm sure that we're going to get more guys in there that maybe even more experienced than me, right? And then we're working together and
it's a win-win. Everyone wins.
Everyone wins, exactly. So that's why I created the club.
It's crazy how there are people that are less qualified than you, less skilled than you, and getting less results in their group, but are making more money than you when it comes to their groups.
Yeah.
I find that shocking. And I see it everywhere. Like I see it, people that are less credible, like less, the quality that they give is just less when it comes to their service or any sort of thing or course that they sell, but they still manage to make more money than most of the most qualified and skilled people.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like they might be really qualified, but they might have other jobs. They might have other stuff on the side, or they've just made so much money, so they're just on holiday all the time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the biggest guys that I like look up to or used to look up to, a lot of them, they're just in Bali surfing every day and they're just chilling and they're not really like that clocked in. And obviously like they've built up a good network. They do get good information because they're up here and they're, well known and they've got credibility. Like obviously they will get access to good information sometimes. So like they can, a crypto guy can be on holiday and he can be lazy and still make a lot of money just because he's got a good network. So like, it's not like you want to bash them because they're on holiday all the time. They're not actually locked in, but they can still obviously make you money. But yeah, like a lot of the guys I used to look up to, now they're just always on holiday. They're always just chilling, and, living life because they've made tens of millions or whatever from their group, as well as the like maybe some good investments they made, but then they're not really focused on trying to get results for their members because they've already made 10 million. Like once you've made 10 million or even a few million, it's like, why be locked in the trenches? Why not enjoy life? So that's the thing, is all the big influencers and all the guys that do have credibility that are good, they might have been good in the past, but then they're not as locked in now. So that's the thing, is it's always the little guys that are valuable. It's always like when you're on Twitter and even on YouTube, it's always the little YouTubers and the little Twitter guys, like all the little influencers. It's always them that provide the most value because they're really trying to make it. They're really locked in, trying to get the best information and help people. Whereas the guys that already made it, they're always the ones that have made it. They've made a lot of money, so they're a bit more chilled and laid back.
For me, I feel like you have a strong obligation to like make sure that people make money with crypto. Like, why do you feel that way?
It's just always been, at heart, I've just always been good at helping and teaching people, I guess. Like even when I was a kid at the skate park, I'm always just like that guy that was teaching people how to do things and, you're doing this wrong, I've just at heart just like teaching and helping people. So I think that would play the biggest part of it. And yeah, obviously, like it's very fulfilling to help other people make money. Like the best feeling in the world is when I open up my Discord and I see one of the guys that just made like $100,000 or $200,000 that one guy made. Yeah. It's just, it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling. Like it's fulfilling just helping other people. So yeah.
What do you feel like, I know this is such a big question, what do you feel like your purpose is right now?
Good question. Just, help other people succeed. And I also do want to make more content. I want to grow my personal brand and, make more not just crypto content, but just, health, wealth, and just living life as well. Like at heart, I'm I like doing things outdoors, and I'm not really like a guy that's not that materialistic. Like you see my Instagram and you see me doing all the materialistic stuff, but at heart, I'm not really that of a materialistic guy. It's kind of like you have to.
It's the branding.
It's the branding. You have to show off the content. You have to show off the rented Lambos. Like you have to do these things, and otherwise, no one really like takes you seriously in like crypto and trading. So, like you see the Instagram. It's like that's not really me. Like for me, I'm passionate about health, and I'm very passionate about. Because I've always had like gut issues, I've always had health issues, and it's been a long journey trying to overcome them. So it's like, for me, I just want to help people, inspire people, get people to be working online, and not just crypto, but even like working in sales or working in AI or something online, because, like this world wasn't made to just be working a 9 to 5 and getting fucked by the government. Like there's so much more to life than being a slave. And so I've always been the same. Like ever since I was like 18, I've always been trying to help friends, like, oh, do this or do that. I've always been that guy that just pushes everyone else to help, pushes everyone else to chase for more and
have a better life.
Because why just be stuck for average, Yeah. There's just no point. Like it's not hard to have an above average life, but you just have to commit, and you just have to block out Netflix and block out YouTube and block out Spotify, and just block out all the consumption and just consume something that's actually going to benefit your life.
Me looking at your Instagram, I just get the vibe that it's just like, it's like very like materialistic, supercars, going to Dubai. Like that's really the vibe I get. Yeah. But you were saying like, okay, there's more to me outside of these things. Like, what are the things that you actually care about outside of crypto? Because people, for me, when I see your personal brand, your Instagram, I just see that image of you. Right, but I don't actually know like what you actually care about and what you actually value. Yeah,
well, so in terms of like what I enjoy doing, I'm a very creative person. So I think apart from crypto, another goal of mine would be to start some kind of clothing brand or something to do with fashion. So I've always been like, ever since I was a kid, that was like my dream. But it's just very saturated, and it's very it's very hard. You see everyone make a clothing brand and they get nowhere with it. So it's, for me, I'd rather focus my personal brand. If I blow up in crypto, then I can always branch from that influence and start something. So that's one goal of mine. Like I just enjoy being creative. Like I'm very good at drawing. I'm good at designing. Like I've always been, like I can draw things picture perfect. So if you get me pencil and paper, like I can draw your face perfect.
Really?
So that's a fun fact about me. And then also just I grew up at the skate park, doing backflips on scooters and BMX. Like I was not that good at skateboarding, but BMX and scooters, I was always, broke both my collarbones. I snapped my elbow in half. Nice. Broke my toe. Like I've had a lot of injuries. Yeah. So at heart, like I'm just a kid that loves like the skate park and doing crazy stunts and just like I want to go snowboarding. I want to go just do crazy shit and skydiving. Like at heart, that's me. That's the things I enjoy. That's the type of things I enjoy doing. Other than that, it's just I'm very passionate about health and helping people and just like living a better life. Because obviously health plays a big part in living a better life. Like most people, they're just consuming, they drink tap water and they have processed foods and all these things, and they think like, it's fine. But they say, it's fine, but they don't realize like they just don't have any energy. They just don't feel that great every day. They wake up and they're kind of like all the time. They're just like, they're not happy, and they think that, it's just tap water. It can't be that bad. It's like, it's not that bad, but it's when you combine everything, it really does affect you. And because I've with my health problems, I've noticed it severely just because I've had like severe gut issues. And so for me, it's obviously a bit more extreme, but for other people, it might be more subtle, but it's still, health really does affect you, and people just sort of don't care about it. So, that's something I'm very passionate about, is just helping people like wake up to corruption in like the food industry, and as well as like the government. Like, I mean, everything that's going on in Australia right now with, like, I'm not too much into politics, but everything you see going on with Albanese. It's it's pretty bad. Like Australia is really going downhill. it's following the footsteps of Canada, you know, going full propaganda, and just everyone's just brainwashed by what they see in the news and the media. And obviously through COVID and the vaccinations, like that was just insane. And, you know, I was that one guy that was telling everyone, like, don't get vaccinated. And I never got vaccinated. And yeah, and everyone was bashing me. There's a few people that were like going absolutely ape shit to me on Instagram. I'm posting Instagram stories, and I get this one girl, and she's like, "How could you do that?" And you know, it's saying like I'm the fucking devil by telling people not to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And then like a few years later, I'm right. And so I don't know. I've just always been like, you could say I like my conspiracy theories.
Yeah, you're a free thinker.
Yeah, I'm a free thinker. I'm not. I think for myself. I don't just like let the media control me. So that's something like. It's not like I want to really do anything with that, but it's just something that I've always had an interest in as well. Just sort of, not falling for corruption in all areas. You know, everything's corrupt.
Yeah, because for me, right, like when I was seeing your stuff, I didn't know like you're the type of person that like what motivates you is like, oh, I really like being creative. I like to feel good healthy wise. Like I want to feel fulfilled overall, like in my body, and eat good food and all that stuff. Like just seeing your page, I didn't really like see that. But now that you said that, like I connect with that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like definitely that's something you should. I feel like you should put more stuff on there.
100%. That's the goal. Like I've been,
because when you tell me that, like I relate to that. I'm like, bro, yeah, of course, of course. Like I want to eat healthy food. Like the water is fucked, and thinking for yourself, like all these things. Like I resonate with those values, but I just never really saw that. So it was hard for me to sort of like connect with you via Wells, like looking at your personal brand.
Exactly. Yeah, that's like something I'm looking at right now. Like I am actually working with some guys to help my personal brand and grow my social media. So I've always been very shy on camera. I've always been, I need to break out of my shell and just start putting out more content and just start speaking my mind a bit more.
We're doing this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's cool, man. So moving forward, what would you say are some crazy predictions about 2025 or 2026 or 2027 that you have?
Regarding crypto?
Yeah, regarding crypto or anything that you really care about.
Yeah. I think the next trend might be like robotics.
Robotics, why?
Because of Tesla and the robots.
Tesla.
You've seen the robots, right?
The shit,
like they can make your coffee, and they can even get you out of bed. They can they can wake you up at whatever time you want, and then bring you coffee in bed, and then go and make you breakfast and mop the floors. Like it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so there's just so much potential with robotics, obviously, and within, I think it's by 2027 or maybe next year, Tesla will have these robots out, and they're not even that expensive. They're like, I think it was 60,000 pre-order or something, not that crazy. So like people are actually going to have these in their homes.
That's crazy.
So I think like the robotics is going to be like a new trend in it'll be crypto as well, but also just in the stock market. Because like when robotics starts going crazy and everyone starts buying robots, then obviously that will perform in the stock market, and then people speculate in crypto as well. So any like projects that are building software or building something to do with crypto with robotics, then there's always speculation, and then that can cause another trend. So it's already happening. Like right now, we're already seeing a bit of that. So I think that will be a new trend in crypto, and that might be what happens that's something to like. That's something that is going to be going crazy for the next maybe few months, maybe next year. Don't know. Other than that, I think going into economics and just like the macro, there's a lot of signs that are pointing towards more liquidity in the global market. So when you got interest rates down, then people are paying less on their mortgage loans and their car loans and whatever. And so when people have more money because they're not getting raped by interest rates, then they have more money to spend. So when they have more money to spend, they can put that money into, they can go buy a car, or they can go buy things. And then when they buy things, the businesses that sell those things obviously perform better, and so the stock market performs better. And so there's just more money flowing through the global economy, and then when there's more money flowing through the economy, that's how the stock market, that's how crypto, everything performs better.
So it's blowing up and shit.
So like there's been a lot of speculation like with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the last year like everyone's just been waiting like when interest rates drop, and that just happened. So we got the first interest rate cut in the States just last week or the week before, and like in the short term, it's probably going to be a sell the news. The market's already crashing a little bit, so it's a bit of a sell the news event. But like long term, if they continuously slowly decrease interest rates, then it's just slowly increasing global liquidity, and then the global economy works better. So as the global economy, as there's more money flowing through the global economy, then markets do well. So for the next like 6 to 12 months, I'd say like the next 3 to 6 months conservatively, but it could like prolong. Like everyone thinks that crypto and the markets are about to end, but as long as global liquidity keeps trending up, then we can actually see a pretty extended cycle, and it might obviously it's not up forever. There'll be like corrections along the way, but for the next 6 to 12 months, we should see a positive effect in the markets, not just crypto, but also stock market.
We got like 5 minutes left, so I'm trying to cram in a couple more things.
Yeah, sure.
But if someone had $1,000 to play with, how would they put that money into crypto?
Well, the first thing would be to not just go put your money in the first thing you see, because that's the thing is people they get in crypto and they just want to take action. But the thing is, the most important thing about crypto is not taking action and actually doing nothing most of the time, and being patient and waiting for the time to take action. Because you can't just go and put money when you feel like it. Like you need to put money when the time is right, and the time is only right, a few select times, a week or a month, or when you're just waiting for a new coin to pop up, right? Like you don't want to go and buy, like let's say I buy a coin 6 months ago and I'm up 50 times my money right now, and I think it's going to go up another 10 times or 20 times. I think it's still got a long way to go. If the chart is going vertical and it's had a massive week, and then you get into crypto and you're like, oh, what should I put my money in? I'm like, oh, this is my favorite coin. You don't go and just put that money in then. You wait for a correction. You're waiting for a dip. So if someone was to first come to me and want to put $1,000 in crypto, the first thing would be just to put that money nowhere and just watch and just pay attention and just wait for the next opportunity. So you can obviously put it in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but the thing is like the market is very up. You're not going to make much money from Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's more of like, you want to, like Bitcoin is for storing your wealth, and you kind of treat that as a savings account.
Like a maintenance.
Yeah, but if you only got $1,000, you're not going to make anything on Bitcoin, right? So if you want to put $1,000 to actually make something, well then, unless you're happy to make a small
coins.
Unless you're happy to make small gains, then you put it in Bitcoin. But if you're not and you want to make more, then obviously, which is most people want to do, then the first thing would be to just have that money sitting in crypto, like in stable coins or in Ethereum or whatever, just waiting to buy the next coin. So that would be the main thing. And even spend that money on a bit of education, or spend that money on a bit of like joining a group or joining
FTX.
Well, not even my group. It's like you don't have to go join my group, just join any group. If you go join a few private groups and you're in all of them, like I encourage my own members to go and join other private groups, because
see what's up.
Yeah, it's just like when you're in other groups, obviously everyone's sharing information, so it's
more access to information.
Exactly.
More room to play with. I see.
Yeah.
Last question.
Yeah.
If you were to sort of die right now, what was like the one last message you would like to leave to the world?
That's a tough one. Very tough one.
That's fine. Take your time if you need to think.
Yeah. I would say to like think for yourself and don't let the media control you, I say. Because like that's the biggest thing that affects so many people is definitely the media. Like people get so consumed in the media. People really live their life like depicted by what the news says and what this person said on the radio, whatever. And so people, like so many, like depression and just, you see all the, like when there's all the different movements and all the different, what's the word? Protests. I mean, all the people that go protesting all the time, it's like, do you really think that protest is going to actually change anything? Like, probably not. And so many people get so consumed in these things, and it really like does cause depression. It really does, because they're always, it's like fear mongering, and it's just like the media does that to keep you hooked, because the more angry something makes you, the more happy it makes you, then the more you're going to stick around and watch. So when you watch the news and you get all these things that trigger you and
emotional, makes you emotional.
Yeah, and so like people don't really realize like all these people just watch the news and they get consumed by all the media, but it really does negatively affect you. Like it's crazy, because people just watch and they can't think for themselves, and they just like believe anything they say. But then obviously the news is always manipulated. It's always half of it's fake, or they'll tell half the story, or they always like exaggerate things, and then just to spark emotions and get you triggered or to get you super happy. And most of it is fear mongering, and most of it is to trigger you. And then even though like it triggers you like and makes you angry or makes you pissed off or makes you just like think something stupid, that is still emotion, and that makes you hooked to it, and then it just keeps you coming back. And so they're only there to make money from your attention, but you're wasting your own attention on just consuming bullshit that will never change your life. You know, like instead of paying attention to the media and what this person is saying, or trying to participate in this protest, like why not put that energy into something that's actually going to benefit your life, like learning a skill or learning anything, you know, and or just go to the gym or just go like play a sport or go see friends, or like do something that's actually meaningful, something that's actually going to benefit your life, instead of just wasting your time consuming shit that is just there to take your money, essentially take your attention, because obviously they make money on advertising or however, like your attention is worth something, and they don't care about giving you quality information. They just care about making money, and they just care about keeping you hooked. And to keep you hooked, they have to lie to you, they manipulate you, they exaggerate things in the media. And so that's probably like the most important thing to me is like so many people really do live a very low quality of life in terms of happiness and like self-fulfillment, because they're so consumed by the media and just all the corruption in the world.
Thanks for being on the podcast, man.
For sure. Cheers for having me.